Hey y'all, it's Stranded Leaves and welcome back to my channel and welcome to a tour of my Hoya rehab prop etc. bin. I'm just gonna tell y'all a little bit about those plants and how they're doing. I am looking at them because they do need to get moved out, but I just wanted to share what's going on in there. I thought about doing a full Hoya collection video, but then I thought to myself, let me wait a little bit longer, you know, give him some time, give it some time, and then I'll come back around and do the full collection video, maybe sometime around my birthday when I've like settled out or have enough time to sit down and film that, because I feel like that would take a long time because I have so many Hoyas. But with that said, I'm just going to go ahead and start off. So the first plant in my Hoya bin that I want to talk about is the Hoya viola. So me and this plant have been on a very long, very tumultuous, very wow journey. Let me explain. Now, this isn't the original plant. The original plant that I ordered came and she was battered, bruised. Oh my goodness. She went through something in the shipping process. And also, I don't think she was prepared for the shipping process properly. She arrived completely dry. The peat moss. The peat was like fluffy almost. That's how dry it was. It was so dry that if I like went, it would blow up in the air. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm bugging out. And also it felt like it wasn't like sturdy in the pot. So that was like the first one that I got messed up. And when I took it out of the pot, the roots were rotted, the leaves were falling off. They tried to at first be like, you can rehab it back to health. And I said, that's not what I ordered. That's not what I ordered. I have a really hard time with ordering plants from, I have a hard time with ordering plants from places. And like for example, Plant Haven is different because they ship in moss. You know they're shipping in moss. I know that if I purchase from them, that I'm gonna have to transition them over. I'm making that agreement. But don't send me a plant with rotted roots inside of a medium telling me it's an established plant. That's not right, you know? So yeah, so after that, me and the seller, we went back and forth, and then we finally came to an agreement. They would send me another one, but they have to wait until the ones they had were ready, like propagated and established and ready to send out. This is the one I got. It did look different. It is chopped up. The reason for that is that I got it. First, I'm thinking, okay, it looks good. It was just dry as hell again. So the peat moss was blowing all over the place. I watered it. And then a few days later, I noticed that it's like browning leaves at the base. There were like leaves at the base of the plant that were like starting to go black. And I was like, what is happening? Pulled it out. And I was expecting to see wet rot, right? Like I was expecting to see like, okay, did the plant not need to be watered despite it being that dry? And all of the roots were completely like deflated looking. And when they look like deflated like that, like kind of like flat and like the life was sucked out of them, that's typically dry rot, which means they hadn't been watered. It hadn't been watered in so long that by the time I watered it, it just did not have like the system to uptake the water. It just did not, yeah. Anywho, so I had to chop it up, and I did. So in this pot, I think there are there might be 3 vines in this pot alone. I decided to make it look full, why not? And starting it over has been really good because now the roots are doing really fantastically. We got some good roots in here. And then also I have some leaves coming out. I don't know if y'all can see. Let's see if it'll focus. Okay, you can see the new stem right there. There's also a leaf. And then I think the other leaf is way too small, but there are 2 leaves that are emerging right now. And that's fantastic news, honestly, because I thought she was gonna be a goner. Her leaves were also deflated, and now they're like so firm. I didn't even know just how firm these leaves could be, to be really honest with you. I also have this Hoya acuta, no, not an acuta, Hoya keniana, outer variegated maybe. Okay, there we go. The focus is cute. I just like this one because it looked like a thin leaf Hoya, I thought, with like, and I love the little rim. It looks like literally like instead of that outer variegation that seeps in, it kind of just looks like a rim, like an outline, a margin even. And I really like that. I also think that the leaf texture is nice. It's so interesting for it to be such a thin looking leaf to still feel very like firm is really, really wild, which is why I wanted to get this one. I had a similar experience with this plant, except for I didn't have it replaced. Instead, I just chopped it up. I said, you know what, whatever. And I just chopped up the plant because at this point, I don't actually want millions of duplicates. Yeah, this one is also rooting. She's doing cool. I don't even think the roots are visible on, okay, no, they are. There we go. So like you can see, if I focus, there's a root there. And up here, like a couple of these, like the little tan lines are the roots. So there are a bunch of roots in here, and it's definitely ready to go into its permanent home. I think before I pot it up, I do want to make sure I look and determine whether or not it's like a terrestrial, if it's similar to like the, oh my God, y'all, why am I losing my thought? If it's similar to the Multiflora, it might need more water and do better in like a substrate that stays moist more. The final one from that cellar is my Hoya acuta intervariegated. Is this what this is? I think so. Again, I'm not really sure how I feel about intervariegation, but this one inside this prop bin is putting out these 2 new leaves and is also giving me a vine. So I can't really be mad at it. Like, it looks like it's trying to do its big one, and I must let it rock. The roots aren't as heavy in this one, but I do see some, and it's obviously doing something because she's growing and also putting out a vine, which is fantastic. Also, the peduncle that it had didn't fall off, so that's also very exciting as well. Okay, next in my prop bin, another one, this is not another one, this is one that I was supposed to get rid of. I have 2 of those in here, I think. Yeah, 2 of those are in here, ones that I was not supposed to keep. This is the Polyneura, so I ended up taking a cutting of it. And of course, I took a cutting of the plant and it started growing. And I'm just like, you know what? Let me keep her for a little bit. Let me see what could be for real. So I'm gonna keep this little cutting and see how she fares. She's rooting heavily, growing quickly, and I'm just like, girl, did you just need to be repotted? Was the substrate not good? Because now you showing up and showing out. So yeah, we're gonna keep her because I did really want her, and I still was able to share the plant with a bunch of folks anyway. Okay, next up, and in this prop bin, I have one in my prop bin and one outside of it. This also desperately needs water. I need to water it. Oh my God. This is a Hoya Jennifer. I actually got this plant from Sober Plant Guy on YouTube. And she's just doing really great. This one is currently, the one on the outside is over there putting out a new leaf that looks really cute in a vine. This one is currently working on throwing a vine from this place right here. If it would just focus from down there, if you see the little red dot, it's trying to put out a new vine. And then up at the top, tippy top up here, let me do this. Not like the beauty influencers, you can see it's putting out a new leaf from one side, and then from the other side, it's putting out a vine. So that little white dot that, you know, some could get scared and think is a mealybug, some being me, because I definitely always do, is actually just like a fuzzy new leaf that's getting ready to emerge, which is thrilling because that means that both vines in the pot are at the point where they're getting ready to grow. I do think it obviously needs more water. I'm thinking to take this one out. I don't know why. I was trying to see like whether or not it would grow faster, but honestly, it's not growing faster in there, and that's probably because it's established essentially. And once it's established in the prop bin, it needs more consistency. I feel like props don't require the same level of consistency, you know? Okay, this next one, I actually have 2 of them in there, so I'm gonna show you one. This is my Hoya RP013. This is real cute. I really liked it because it reminded me sort of like of the Meredithii, and also everyone was saying the leaves are really soft, which they are. The plant that I got, basically, it just felt like she's deflating. So you can see she's deflating. A lot of times when plants are doing this or Hoyas are doing this, I just start them over because typically I think my conditions do not suit like certain soil types. For example, right now, if I look over, like it's saying that currently the room humidity is at 50%, but this is also after, like my plants haven't been watered. This is with my plants being dry. It's also like close to a grow light. And I'm gonna keep it being with you. I think my attic typically stays between 40 and 70% humidity. So I think with that being said, there's moisture in the air. I don't think that they need to be planted dense. Specifically Hoya, they probably would do better with being in a chunky mix where there's aeration, because without that, they're gonna stay moist for a little bit longer. I guess like it's supposed to be that, I don't know. I'm finding that plants don't need to be in dense mixes because they won't dry out as fast on me in the condition I have with them being so dry, even in the summer. Like even in the summer, if I'm watering my Hoyas once a week in the summer, then that means that the mix is working. But the mix that they send it in, like the different places send it in, it will typically be like a 50-50 peat perlite mix. That doesn't work for all Hoyas in my condition. So I didn't find that this one was adjusting well. Like instead of waiting for it to completely go downhill, I chopped it up. So I have 2 cups of this. I always do 2 of things that I actually really care about, and I really do care about this one. So hopefully she, you know, remains cute. And the next one that I have is the Hoya Gangading. I just showed this one in a favorites. Bro, why won't it focus? Okay, I just showed this one in the favorites. She's actually putting out a new leaf since me recording that video about her being one of my favorites like a week ago. So I love that for me. I'm really excited about this plant because I thought that I was gonna lose her. She's from Plant Haven, and I initially tried to just put her into a mix, see if she would do good. From taking her out from the moss, did not do good. Then I thought, okay, cool. Maybe she's not gonna do good with that. Let me put her in perlite, did not do good. So I had to move her from perlite and reroot her in this with just the littlest twips of a root. Like she had the littlest itty bitty root. I think I might have even potted it up on this channel and then put it back in the bin so that it still maintained high humidity. This also needs to be watered. This is another one that I have kind of like mixed feelings about. I'm kind of sad, but I'm like, I'm sure I could acquire this in like a trade or something. So this is a Hoya Latafoglia pot of gold. So it's basically like an inner variegated Latafoglia. And I'm just so upset because I got it. I thought the plant was gonna be doing fine. Then it went downhill quickly. This was literally all I could like save to even propagate. And then what I'm finding is like even now the leaves aren't as firm as they should be. Like if I compare it to my other leaf, they're just not. I think that it's rooting in here. It looks like it was ready to bust out a new vine. So I'm hoping that it does that and puts out some thick, firm leaves for me, because my outer variegated Latafoglia is doing absolutely fine. I mean, she's fine. She has been through trials and tribulations and still be growing. I have dropped her. Ooh, not the bra strap. I have dropped her. I've had to chop off her leaves. I have underwatered her. She has been through a lot and she's fine. This one though, I said, what's going on? So this is all I could save after I had got the plant and it wasn't doing well. And it's still kind of thin, but I'm holding out hope because I have a belief that I have a belief that if I'm just patient, she's gonna continue to firm back up, because I do think the leaves were even thinner than they are right now, like just maybe a week ago. So I'm just giving it hope. I'm leaving it in the bin. You can tell it's been under bright light. The whole thing is swamped in algae. I'm wondering if I should change out the perlite as a result of that. The next one I have is a Hoya Vitulina, and oh my god, I just noticed that she's putting out a new leaf too, period. She is very cute. She also needs water, and I can also see that she's putting out a new leaf. Let's get you guys up on the new leaf in there. Down in the, oh my god, this is so complicated. I don't know if y'all can see that little thing. I doubt it, but you can probably, right behind the strawberry clip, there's a new leaf being pushed out. I love to see it. I'm very excited about it. I'm actually gonna move this little charcoal just to make room for my babes. I'm excited about that because that means she's gonna finally be more than just this one leaf. And I got this plant also as a cutting from Silver. Well, no, I didn't get it as a cutting. I got it as a prop from Silver Plant Guy, but I ended up having to reroot it. And also to add for the Vitulina, that wasn't a part of the deal that we made. He just threw that in and I felt that was really kind. Next large leaf Hoya I have in this bin is my Hoya Arena. This is the other one I have. This is the one from Plant Haven. I thought she wasn't gonna make it. When I tell you both the way that this one is like papery thin isn't even as bad as it used to be. It used to be so wrinkly that you could see the wrinkles on the leaf. Now she's flumped up, and this one that's now like this used to be like this one, if that makes sense. So they're firming up. It's put out some roots. I'm very excited. In addition to putting out roots, it also seems to be putting out growth points. I'm waiting on this one to throw out a vine. I don't know what's holding it back, but hopefully it gets to that, you know, motion soon. This one did throw out a vine, and the vine is getting long, and it's also giving me a new leafy leaf, period. Oh my God, there's so many roots. Yeah, there's so many roots that you cannot see the leaf, but there she is. This one, I'm really excited because I just love how large this leaf is. I'm also excited that it's rooting up nicely because I'm going to remove it from the pot bin so I can pull it back a little bit away from the light. I find that some of the larger leaf Hoyas like this do better when they're away from the light, and they also get darker leaves. And I want larger, darker leaves. It's not that I'm gonna keep it in the darkness, but I want it not so close, but just for the purposes of like rooting and establishing, of course, it has to be under like a strong grow light. Okay, next up in this bin is one that shouldn't be there. This is actually a Hoya Perfection. I don't know why I kept this plant. I don't know. I really don't. I'm lying to you. I know why, because it looks cute. I thought it looks cute. Even with the little polka dotting on it, it looks really cute. And I love a large leaf Hoya. Y'all have to understand that about me. I love a fat, wide leaf Hoya. Real nice. I love all the Hoyas at this point, if I have to be really honest. But I figured I would keep just one cutting, because what if it starts to put something out and it really makes me feel something, and like, what if I would lose the opportunity to feel something because I would give this away as well. Give away the rest of the plant. Let me just hold on to this one, you know? Just hold on to this one right here. So I did. I decided to keep it, which is funny because I definitely had it included in the downsizing video, but I couldn't let her go. I really could not. Okay, I think I have two more. This one right here. Oh, I'm feeling soft leaves. I'm getting scared. Okay, so this one I'm thinking needs water. Not a leaf just fell off that was trying to emerge. Oh dear, dearest me. Okay, so this one needs water. Let me make sure I do that. I think this one is also ready to come out of the bin. I will also say plants do better for me outside of the bin, because I feel like with the bin, it's like a crutch. I just forget about them, and then they survive in there. They do fine. And because of that, sometimes the ones that are more established and need more water, they just suffer. So that said, this is a sign I'm going to take her out of the bin. I'm just examining her to make sure she ain't got nothing on her. She's straight, she's straight. So this one is a Hoya Finlay sonyi Angel. I just love a Finlay sonyi. That's really, that's it. That's really all I can say. That's very nice. I love this kind of Hoya. I got this one in June from Plant Haven. Had to restart her. And we can see that she's in here doing all right. I hope that her roots aren't deflated or dry rotted. They don't seem like they are. Yeah, it looks like it just needs some water. It's not the driest it could be, but there's some roots in there. That's all right. But because it does need water, that's probably why it was doing this little motion. Yeah, this leaf is more firm. This one needs to rehydrate. This one is also very firm, but it does need some water. So I'm gonna take this one out so that she can live her best life. I also want to do a rearrange of like this little thing that I have behind here, just to like put some of the Hoyas that I like, and that like I want to rearrange it so that the ones that sun stress can go on those shelves and the ones that don't sun stress can come on the counter. But more on that in another video. And then finally, I have this. What is this? Yes, I have my Hoya Multiflora. I got this one from Plant Haven as well. It's an outer variegated Multiflora. So these plants do require a lot more, what's the word for it? Water. This is also ready to get potted up. I am gonna pot it in a less chunky mix, but not like completely chunkless. I'll probably use like my Anthurium mix for this one because it's more water retentive, but still has like those, you know, air pocket building, you know, aeration properties. But I am really excited about this one. She is a cutie patootie, so fresh and so fruity. I'm so excited. I wish I had the dark green one, but I don't. So for now, we're just enjoying the vibes with Miss Lime over here. All right, so with that, these are all the Hoyas that I have in my prop bin. I'll probably follow this video up with like one of me clearing out my bins, or maybe not, who knows, we'll see. That being said, I'll see y'all in the next video. Thanks so much for staying by, and also let me know in the comments if I should just do an overall Hoya collection update, because there are also other Hoyas that I've acquired since that are now like on my, you know, on my little Hoya shelf situation back there. But with that being said, see y'all in the next video. Thanks for stopping in. Bye.